Welcome to Fares and Frustrations, guys. Check this out, man. Met with some Uber Black drivers this past week. Check this episode out. You'll like what they got to say, man. Stay tuned to the end of the episode. I got some deals from you guys from some of our sponsors. Today I'm with Giovanni. Right now we're over here in Orlando Airport, and he's an Uber Black driver. How long have you been doing Uber Black?
I've been with Uber for 12 years.
12 years? Okay.
Not in Orlando, but I started in New York City before Uber started there.
Okay. And now with Uber Black, you do rides on the side. I know you guys have commercial insurance. So do you have your own business on the side?
Yeah. Everybody, we all have our, because you got to have your own company first to get your permits here and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always have my clients on the side and also work with the convention here in New York, in Orlando.
So what does it take to do the Uber Black? What's the requirements, just so everybody knows?
You need to create your own LLC and then go to the city to get your permit.
All right.
And then have your commercial insurance, of course, from your LLC. Then from there you apply for Uber Black. And you should be able to.
And then with Uber Black, you got to have a certain rating, right?
You got to keep your rating 4.85.
That's just the customer rating, not like acceptance, none of that stuff, right?
Then comes acceptance. You have to keep acceptance at 85 and above.
Okay, so you have to accept. Now with Uber Black, one thing I do Uber Comfort, but with Uber Black, when you're not at the airport, does it send you rides like it does me for Uber Black, or does it send you just whatever? Like, how does it work when you're out of town somewhere?
When I'm not here?
Yeah.
Well, it could send you, for instance, if you were just roaming around, it'll send you, depends what you put in the app. If you want to accept Comfort, XL, all that, you could accept all.
Okay. Or you can just do Black.
Or you could do just
and
Black.
They'll send you rides just like, it's just not as often though, right?
Right. It's what I've seen. I've been doing it for a year here in Orlando. So what it seems is it's increasing.
Okay.
It's getting busier and busier. People are taking more Black, and it's going.
Because with Uber Black, what makes you guys stand out more so than someone maybe like me with Uber Comfort? Why would somebody pay that extra money?
The service. Yeah. We tend to, you got to dress up. You know, if somebody reports you, Uber is right away to react to things. Customers always right.
Okay.
So they always want to react to that. So you want to keep it professional. And mostly people do SUVs. So I come from a background, I used to do a lot of corporate. So, you keep it professional. And people see that difference. On top of that, which people don't realize, we have commercial insurance. Any other Ubers under that is not Black doesn't have that commercial insurance to back up for the passengers.
Yeah.
Some passengers know that, some don't.
Okay.
So that's like the difference,
Yeah. Now also too with the Uber Black, how is your customer, like the clientele compared to doing regular Uber? Is there a difference in those type of customers? Like
there is. There's a difference. You can see it. But there's this. I just had a rider yesterday in a little rough area of Orlando that took Uber Black. It was a lady took her. It was rough around there. I don't like going around there, so I just turned it off and just headed back to little, let's say, safe haven.
Yeah, a little better area.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also too with Uber Black, what's I know it's an investment in sense because you got the black leather interior, newer car, and all that. With that investment or that extra cost you're spending compared to just doing regular Uber, is it worth it? Do you think it's worth it?
If you just doing Uber at the moment at the rate that they're paying, no. You're putting 65,000 miles a year or more on your car because you're driving more distance here in cities like Orlando, Jacksonville, New York, you're just driving right there around the corner. So it's not worth it. You gotta work for other companies, subsidize whatever around Disney if you have whatever accounts you could get your hands on as a independent contractor. But just work for direct Uber and just stay here, I don't see it, no, because in 2 years your car is going to be over. You have a 5-year loan on your car, or 6, some people. In 2 years, your car is going to go over 150,000 miles. I mean, in 3 years, you're going to have to change your car, but it's worth nothing.
Yeah.
And you still got that loan.
Yeah.
So, in the business point of view, it's still iffy a little bit.
Now, what's the difference? You said you used to drive in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the difference nowadays with Uber now? Because back then when you were driving, did they have Uber?
It started late. I started before them, so it started later on. Let's say, like I said, I have 12 years, and in the app it tells you. So I started. I've been doing this for 20 years now. So it has changed the dynamic of everything and the prices, but you have to adjust. Like everything in the world that is going with changes, you have to adjust to it.
Yeah, you gotta adapt to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word, adopt.
So,
yeah.
So now, what any advice you would give to somebody that, like me, say you have Uber Comfort, but you're thinking about switching to Uber Black? What kind of advice would you give to me, or give to somebody like that? What would you say?
Don't buy a new car. That's one. Buy something with low mileage, but don't buy a new car. That way you be able to save $10,000-$20,000 right off the bat. Do your homework. What other sources of transportation can you go into? There's different companies here, like in Orlando, that you could provide service with. You can link up with them. So that way you're not just on Uber. Then you have the other apps like Lyft or whatever. You got to juggle it around, other sources of income, not just have Uber on the dial all the time.
Now with Uber and Lyft has a black option, right?
Yeah.
So how does that compare here? I mean, I know every market's different, but how would you compare to Lyft and Uber here,
so
when you're doing both?
Uber Black here, they have black for 4 people. They don't have black SUVs. That's a big problem we're having. They don't have the options for black SUVs. They just have black, and they have 4 people there. But a lot of people know 90% of Uber Black in Orlando are SUVs. So they want to cramp up 5 or 6 people. At one time, we were reporting it, we would get a different in pricing. But now they're rejecting all that. That's how I see it. So I'm getting, you don't get paid that SUV price. They have it.
So now with Uber Black, do they pay you guys, or supposed to pay you guys more percentage than us? Because I know with us, they say they pay this, but it's really only like 30-35%. Are they supposed to pay you more? Because you guys have commercial insurance.
We don't. They're supposed to, but ride per ride, I don't even get what percentage it is, because sometimes I see going for 50% they keeping. I see it going sometimes 30, 25. So sometimes it's like,
it's just so all over the place. It's hard to tell.
That's how I see it, because I go on the passenger app. They charge you it's 150 because of the surcharge.
Yeah.
But it's coming out $50 that they're gonna pay me.
Yeah.
So you do the math, it doesn't add up.
Oh. Well, I want to thank you today for doing this interview with me.
Uber, yes.
Okay. So you think it Lyft's a little bit better than Uber Black? Like when you're doing, I know you do a lot of your side stuff. That's where most of you guys do. It's more money, and you're allowed to with the commercial insurance. But which one do you think's better? I mean, do you prefer doing Lyft or?
I prefer doing Uber. It's just what I'm a little bit more comfortable with, because sometimes their black is a little bit lower than Uber. But when you're doing a Lyft SUV that you see comes out, it's more money.
Now, do you guys get surges too, like we do, or does it not come up that often? I mean, do they even have it? I always wondered that.
They have surges here, but let me tell you, I don't think we get that. Because this is why I'm telling you, we get $1 or $2 maybe. But when you go and say as a passenger, you go on the thing and it's charging you 150, but my thing is giving me $50.
Yeah.
That means they're keeping 75%.
Yeah.
Just roughly. So you like, they're not giving me the surge. They charge the passenger the surge, but I'm not really getting that. I'm really probably $1 or $2 more.
So now with Uber Black, do they pay you guys, or supposed to pay you guys more percentage than us? Because I know with us, they say they pay this, but it's really only like 30-35%. Are they supposed to pay you more? Because you guys have commercial insurance.
They're supposed to, but ride per ride, I don't even get what percentage it is, because sometimes I see going for 50% they keeping. I see it going sometimes 30, 25. So sometimes it's like,
it's just so all over the place. It's hard to tell.
That's how I see it, because I go on the passenger app. They charge you it's 150 because of the surcharge.
Yeah.
but it's coming out $50 that they're gonna pay me.
Yeah.
So you like,
yeah,
you do the math, it doesn't add up.
Oh. Well, I want to thank you today for doing this interview with me. Today we're with Jerome. He's an Uber Black driver. Jerome, how long have you been doing Uber Black?
On and off, I've been doing Uber over probably since the started 7 to 10 years, I believe.
7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And now with Uber Black, is that just when you started that? Did you drive before that?
Yeah, I drove for a company before. I'm not new in this business. Since 2005, I've been doing this business.
Now, was it a regular cab or was it a luxury?
Luxury.
Luxury. So you've always done the luxury, right?
Always been luxury.
Okay. All right.
Sir.
So now with Uber Black, what did it take for you to get started to do Uber Black?
Every city is different.
Yeah.
Like for city of Orlando, you need to have your commercial license. You need to have the city permit. And if you want to work inside the airport, you need to have the airport permit as well. Work inside Orlando.
To work inside the airport? Yes. Okay. So if you don't have that sticker, what do they do about that?
If you don't have the sticker, well, all you need is the city of the airport.
And then what else is it that you need to do Uber Black?
Uber Black, like I said, you have to have the mindset. That's your business.
Yeah.
When the customer, Uber use the Uber platform.
Yeah.
But when the customer come in your vehicle,
yeah,
they see you.
Yeah.
So you represent your business.
Yeah.
So it's not the same way as Uber XL. You can just like wake up, get a small little car, and then do Uber.
So you gotta treat it like a bit. Like you gotta come dressed for success type deal. So you gotta. It's not just wake up, throw on whatever, and then start picking people up.
No, it's not. It's not like that.
Now with the Uber Black, I know because I do Uber Comfort. Do you get requests like we do, or is it all reserve based? How does that work?
On the Uber Reserve, you have to be Uber Pro, and this is I think Uber Silver, the highest grade.
Yeah.
The more that you give,
yeah,
you get promotions.
Okay.
Promotion now will be able not to receive reservations.
All right.
It depends how many rides you give to the customers.
Okay. Right? Now, if you're driving around, say, away from the airport, does it pop up like it does for the regular Uber, or is it always just like a scheduled trip with Uber Black? Because I know it's more expensive. So is it like if I was downtown and I order Uber Black, you can show up like that also?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Whoever the closest driver,
yeah,
they give it to you.
Okay.
Or whoever the qualified driver. Oh. Let's say there's Uber Black, there's Uber Black SUV as well.
Yeah.
If you are the Uber Black and you have luggage, you have to specifically say, okay, I need the Uber SUVs, so they can give you a vehicle that can get more customers.
So you have space to fit all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then how did you now with the Uber Black, you do you have commercial insurance, so you do private rides also, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can get your own private customers.
Yes.
And at the same time you can do Uber as well, because when you do Uber Black, your commercial insurance cover yourself in your vehicle, not Uber.
Yeah. So now with the Uber Black though, do you just do that on the side, like when you're not busy with your own business doing that?
A little bit both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't leave no spot.
Yeah.
It's like
always working. Right?
Always working. Okay.
Yeah. Now, do you do this just Uber and driving, or do you do anything else?
I am a licensed life insurance.
Okay.
So
it's even, like part-time.
Absolutely. Even the Uber. And I use that as well. Sometimes my customer, when I tell them about money,
yeah,
when they get interested, I say, okay, give me your number. I give my business card. They call me, all that. So
and that brings clientele that way. So
absolutely.
You're always working. So even people that do Uber Black still have other jobs too, because it's still a struggle. Even though you guys make more than we do, it's still you still got to hustle to kind of make that kind of money.
I mean, when you say more. It just like sometimes is the quantity. You see what I'm saying? The volume of the business. Sometimes as a Black, you might. It depends on the market.
Yeah.
So let's say your customer in that area, they only take comfort.
Yeah.
Or they only take Black. For example, I never go Sanford Airport. Last week I was over Sanford Airport, but Sanford they don't have a market for Black.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
And I still over Sanford with Black.
Yeah.
People just come back and forth. People just leave.
Yeah.
But if I put my Comfort or Uber XL or Black,
yeah,
I would get something right away.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, it depends where you look.
Depends on your market.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now with the Uber Black too, is it a huge investment to do it? Because I know you have to have commercial insurance. You got a black leather interior, black leather car. It's like 5 years or newer. Is it like a real big investment to get into it, or you just happen to have that type of car, or how did that work?
It is an investment. If you have it, you put it in. I don't recall exactly the year.
Yeah.
You have to do Uber Black.
Yeah.
But the newer the vehicle is, the better. You have,
Yeah.
more year, and also you don't scare your customer.
Yeah.
They say, oh, he's got a nice car. I can
Yeah.
go to Miami
Yep.
with no issue.
So now, basically, then too, for anybody like me that has Uber Comfort, what are the advantages, or what would be the advice you would give to somebody like me to switch over to Uber Black? Besides, because with the initial investment and all that, what would be the pros, the good sides? Besides, you guys make a little bit more money. I mean, is it worth it? What you can make doing it if you put the effort into it?
Absolutely, it is worth it. The fact that if you have a commercial vehicle, a good, decent vehicle, even in your city. I mean, before Uber, there was transportations, right?
Yeah.
So Uber is the platform. We use the platform. But let's say you open your own website.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to open a website with a comfort car.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because you don't have enough space for luggage.
Yeah.
But if you have a Escalade or Lincoln Navita or Cadillac, whatever,
Yeah.
so that customer, they will pay
Yeah.
because
They're paying for the luxury.
Yeah,
They're paying
absolutely.
for the cleanness and all
Absolutely.
that. Also, what is your difference with your clientele, you think, than like the basic clientele? Like, how are the people that you drive around that are paying that extra money, do you still sometimes have instances with them, or is everybody a lot more respectful, a lot easier to deal with? I mean, how do they?
listen, on the luxury bit, you represent your company.
Yeah.
So in the luxury business, when the customer get a luxury business,
Yeah.
they already know the expectations.
Okay.
So anybody can get in a vehicle.
Yeah.
Either people with money, with no money, as long as they come in the vehicle, they're all VIPs.
Yeah.
Their job is to pay you. Your job is to get out, greet them, open the door for them, get them in your vehicle. It doesn't matter. Even though you took somebody from the street, give them the same treatment.
So you're giving them the VIP service. So when when you pull up to them, you can automatically get out the car, open the door for them.
Open the door, give them your service.
Yeah.
Sell your service. Sell yourself. Don't say this guy, I'm gonna give this guy a VIP service. The other one, I'm gonna shitty service. No.
Treat everybody the same.
The same way.
All right. And then how is the business, like, how do you compete with the other Uber Black drivers and then the other drivers that have their own business? Like, how do you compete with them and stand out? And how, I mean, is it just luck of the draw, or just?
It's technology. Uber does not compete.
Yeah.
So in the sense, that driver, either all of us doing the same thing.
Yeah.
On the spare time, if we don't have anything between, some driver do it full time.
Yeah.
Some driver do it part time.
Yeah.
We all on the same page, the same platform.
In the years you've been doing this, have you noticed, even with the Black, have you noticed the prices get less, like for the same type of trips, or are they more? What's the price look like?
I mean, in Uber, there's something you cannot control.
Okay.
It could be now that Uber pay $20.
Yeah.
The next guy next to me, they pay them 25.
Yeah.
The next guy, they pay them 30, going the same way.
Yeah.
I could be an Uber search.
Yeah.
You're not an Uber search.
Yeah.
It could be that driver been driving for a long time. You get advantage of that. You get more money. You get called faster. The more trip you're doing with Uber, the more advantage you have from another driver as a part-time. Like, for example, you do it as a full-time.
Yeah.
Maybe you come to the airport.
Yeah.
You get loaded way before somebody been there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So they all count Uber.
Yeah. Now, do they still do the rating the same with us? Like how I got Diamond, do they still do the
same way? Same way.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just you guys have a smaller market, or not smaller market, but you guys are a little bit smaller fleet of people than what I have to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smaller market
absolutely.
Competition, but even this place gets busy sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, how many people are usually here when you come, like in the queue? How many people?
Oh, like 30 plus. Well, there's Uber Black, there's Uber XL. So the Uber Black, it could be like when I came today, I was number 20. So now I'm now 1 to 5. So it depends on the day.
Just depends on the volume.
Yeah, depends on the day. If it's everywhere's moving, people are everywhere. Like if we have a big group coming in, it could come over like 30, 40 people on the line, but it go faster.
Yeah,
because there's more customer coming in.
It just depends on. Now, do you use any other type of stuff to check the flights and stuff? Like I know I have certain apps I can use that checks if there's how many people are landing at whatever airport I'm at. Do you use stuff like that also?
We same thing with Uber.
Okay.
Even if you're using your own, but Uber is the same thing as well. They have a flight track. You can see how many cars at the airport. Before I come to the airport, I can go on my app and click on it. I can see wherever airport I want to go to.
Yeah.
How many Black, how many XL, how many, yeah.
All right.
So
and I want to thank you for taking the time today. And then we will have his number and his website on there if you guys want to book a ride. If you ever come into Orlando, you can look him up, give him a ride. Actually, I want to thank Jerome and Giovanni for taking the time to do these interviews for me. You can reach Jerome at 407-860-6094. Then you can also reach Giovanni at 863-777-3584. I'll have a link in the description for their phone numbers. If you're ever in Orlando, you need an Uber Black driver, look those guys up. I really appreciate them taking the time to interview and let you guys know some of the background information in case you're interested in doing Uber Black. If you're switching over like me from Uber Comfort, hopefully this episode will help you guys out.